Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Blaine's Outdoor Fishing channel, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different out. It's gloomy, it's rainy, cold outside. The weather just completely went down south. The other day it went from 70 degrees and now it's like 40 and raining. It's crazy, this weather is. What can I say? But today we're going to do a how-to video for beginners, how to Texas rig. Now I know for those beginners out there, you've probably seen these plastics, probably like a crawl, creature bait, 10-inch worms. You're probably wondering, how do I fish them? You know, because I know when I first started, especially with the crawls and creature baits, I had no idea how you even fished them. Okay, and what did I do? I get on YouTube and I looked it up. So today we're gonna learn how to Texas rig, or how to Texas rig, which is one of the most popular ways to fish these plastics. Creature baits, Cincos, 10-inch worms, Texas rig style. Okay, so Texas rig, you got your hook, either a worm hook, I use an EWG hook. Your bullet weight, lead or tungsten, I highly recommend use tungsten. I know once I went to tungsten, I never went back. They're pricey, but they're worth it. And a bobber stopper. Some people don't use them. I use them. Usually when I use them, I use about that much space, keep the bullet weight moving. Some people keep it all the way pinned, or some people just don't even use them at all. I know the bullet weight, when you don't have a stopper, it helps the bait fall vertically, but when you have the stopper, a lot of times that bait will fall. Instead of going straight down, it'll come at an angle of how it was cast. So you'll get your, first step for the how to Texas rig. Okay, so first you'll get your bobber stopper and you'll get it on the line, right? Once you get on the line, you're done. You're gonna move it all the way up to give you enough space. Then you want your bullet weight. Once you get your bullet weight, you're going to slide that all the way to your stopper. Then you get your hook. Once you get your hook, you'll get it tied on. Use any knot, uni, double uni. I specifically use a polymer knot on almost everything I tie on. Okay, so once you get that, we're going to use Strike King Rage Crawl. Okay, this is what we're going to do. First demonstration. I'm going to open this pack. Get it open. Good. There we go. So here's your rage crawl. You get your pinchers. You get the body. So once you get your rage crawl, here's the Texas rig. You got your crawl and you got your hook. What you're doing is hooking it just like that, or it's almost weedless. That's gonna look a little bit like that, basically. So the Texas rig is really good baits for in and out of cover. Like I said, it makes it practically weedless, and getting in those really tough, hard spots to really get your lure in and out. Something like a crankbait wouldn't be able to get into. So first things first, you'll get your hook, and you'll get your bait. You go to the very top of the bait or the bottom of the bait, however you want to view it, and you'll put it in about a quarter of the way from the bend of the hook. That's usually how I do it. Then you'll stick it out, just like that. Okay. So then you'll follow it through. Then you'll get to the first bend. Okay, and this is when you're pulling it through, you're going to turn the hook. Alright, so we turned it, and this is what we're looking at right now. There we go. Just like that. So now, a lot of times I like to move my bait up just a little bit, right about there. So now you're going to line up how you want the hook. We don't want the hook sticking out, but we want it just parallel with the bait. So this is where, let me go on the other side. The bait, we want the hook, the bottom of the hook to be about right there. So I'm going to go, bend the bait in, stick it through, There we go. Now we're about parallel. And then to make it weedless, you don't want to just push back and cover the tip. So now we are weedless. So then when the bass comes and it takes a bite, boom, hook set. And that is how you do a Texas rig. Now, like 10-inch worm, which is my favorite to throw in the summer. We'll demonstrate it again on a 10-inch worm. Now, specifically on a 10-inch worm, I would go for a lot bigger hook. This right here is, I think, a 2 or 3/0 hook. I usually use this size for my creature baits. But for the 10-inch worm, I usually use a 5/0 hook. But you'll do the exact same thing. You'll go about 1/4 of the way, come out, bring it through, turn, follow the hook. So then you'll measure about right there, so that's where the bottom of it's going to come. You'll go through it. Now you're nice and parallel. Move the plastic up, bury the tip, and now you're weedless. Perfect Texas rig on a 10-inch worm. Boom. So that is how you do the Texas rig. Okay, you'll fish these. You could fish a Texas rig bait practically all year round. All you'll be doing is just switching out the baits. In the summertime, I'm throwing a 10-inch worm. In the spring, I'm probably throwing a Cinco, creature bait, the brush hog. You know, those are probably my favorites. You could really get away with a lot using a Texas rig. There's so many times where a Texas rig is the go-to bait, where you'll catch all the fish, or you know, it was the basic for me. The Texas rig was how I started learning how to catch fish, and now plastics and Texas rigging is what I use the most. It goes Texas rig, a jig, cranking. That's usually my lineup for fishing. I'm always throwing a Texas rig. I'm always throwing a jig. But that brings it to the end. So if you guys like the how-to videos, maybe we'll do more. Let me know what you would like to know. How to Caroline rig, how to do a punching setup, maybe how to tie a Palomar knot, or you know, just leave some comments down below. But yes, this was a how-to video for a Texas rig for beginners, for those people trying to learn or getting started or going to get started in the spring. Now you know what you'll need. A EWG hook is usually what I prefer, a bullet weight, and a bobber stopper. Alright guys, and that is how you do the Texas rig. So this comes to an end to our how-to videos. Like I said, bobber stopper, bullet weight, your EWG hook, which is what I use, or you can use a worm hook, Texas rig for almost any plastic there is out there. Creature bait, 10-inch worms, doesn't even have to be 10 inches, worms, Cincos, craws, creature baits, and you can fish it all year round. Okay, so if you like this how-to video, leave a like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see any more how-to videos, leave a comment down below and hopefully we can get to it. So, all because you don't know how to bass fish doesn't mean you can't learn, okay? So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think. Until next time, guys. We'll see you later.